Hi guys, I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Peter Louis.
Welcome to our podcast Legend and Lure, a World Tour. So we are back with another one of Peter Louis' picks, the Mummelsee water spirits of the Black Forest.
You make it sound like it's my fault.
Yes, it is. When I think of a black forest, all I can imagine is black, dark and creepy. I'm a firm believer in not going somewhere where something can either get you or come back home with you uninvited. So...
Oh, you followed me home.
No, I think you followed me home. As I jumped down the rabbit hole of the Mummelsee Nix, I found quite a few stories, none of them very happy. The Nix are said to be a water spirit or mermaids. They love singing and dancing, and they have the ability to lure unsuspecting victims into the water to their death. One of the legends states that once a month, on the full moon, the Nix and the king rise up to the surface of the lake. They spend the night dancing, talking, playing sports and enjoying themselves under the moonlight. Once the rooster crows and the first rays of the dawn sun hits the top of the trees, the Nix must return to their underwater home. Their home under the water is an enchanting garden that is of spring-like beauty. However, I guess that if you can only leave the enchanted garden once a month, that beauty might start to feel a bit claustrophobic after a time. If the Nix takes a bit too long or ignores the rooster's call, it is said that an ugly grey water elf appears out of the lake and screeches at the Nix to go home. At the Nix departure, the water returns to its usual calm nature.
There's quite a lot happening here. It's a nix, it's a king, it's a owl, it's screeching, it's a rooster.
An owl.
Or a rooster, same thing.
There's no owls.
It's a daytime owl is a rooster. And
It's folklore. There's a lot
there's
of
a lot.
creatures.
So there's stuff getting angry at the nix, and then there's the king. Where does the king fit into the story?
And further down we do explain the king more, but basically the Mummelsee, it comes down to there's a castle under the water with a king, and then the Nix are the mermaids that live in this castle with the king. So that's the short version of it that will come through more clearly as we go through all the stories. So, a bit of a darker legend came from Gothic short stories of the 1800s. In this version, the creatures of the Mummelsee is said to bathe in the water every night. As the first light of the sun hits the top of the trees, the king of the water spirits slowly rises from the deep depths of the water. The king has a crown made of green rushes. As he surfaces, the king orders the water spirits in a booming voice to cease. The sound of his voice causes the water spirits to turn into white flowers.
Again, a lot happening.
The white flowers is white lilies.
White lilies, sort of the water lilies, stuff is
Yes.
the things the toads live on, or the frogs live on.
So it is said that during this time that the village people who lived around the lake would come to interact with the water spirits. Sometimes the water spirits would dive down to the depths underneath the surface and resurface with pearls to give to the local people. One spring, one of the water spirits fell in love with a local boy. They would meet every night. As the local boy started falling in love, he wanted to know more about her upbringing and where she came from. The water spirit did not want to tell the village boy and refused to answer his questions. She warned the boy of the village that he needed to stop asking these types of questions or she would be lost to him forever. One night when they said goodnight, the village boy hid behind some bushes, hoping to see where the water spirit returned to every morning. He watched her plunge into the water. He jumped up to get a better view. Then he froze as a piercing cry and a crack of thunder shattered through the early dawn. A previously calm lake turned ferocious with waves tinged with red blood, crashing at the shore and the wind howling in the trees. Horror-struck, the village boy ran to the lake, calling for his love, but all he heard was a mocking laugh from the bottom of the lake. The realism that his love was dead hit him. The king had struck her down and destroyed her rather than letting him see her transformation. Overcome with grief, the boy decided to become a monk and spend the rest of his days at the monastery, keeping his curiosity to himself. There is also one short legend that I could not find much about. It only said that the Mummelsee is inhabited by a Nyx and the underwater king of the Mummelsee. The king lives beneath the water and drags women down to the underwater kingdom. That's literally all I could find about that. I couldn't find much more of people actually dragging people underneath the water. That's the only one I found.
So is there still a fear? Are people afraid of the Nyx? Is it just a lure, just a story, a folk story? Or is it like people still avoiding the water because of the Nyx?
Honestly, I don't.
Because nothing like this sounds like the Nyx is dangerous. It's just
That's the thing.
there's a story out there, and it's a cute story, and obviously it's fairy tale and Disney and all
Originally, when you told me, okay, this is the one you want me to research, I was like, oh crap, because I just saw headlines of, ooh, the king drags people down, or the mermaids drag them down, and you think of these horrible mermaids, if these, I don't know, these ugly faces turning ugly and grabbing you and pulling you down. And I haven't found any stories regarding that. All the stories are more half tragic love stories.
Because like the mermaids in our area, well, the more mermaid stories, especially down up in Mabopane, it's where the mermaid will either come out of water and come and steal you or lead you into the lake. This all seems like this has already happened, it's all done, and the king and the Nyx just lives down there.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. When I originally just quickly searched, it gave me that vibes that they drag you down the water. But if you go deeper into the rabbit hole, it appears it's love stories. It's not. It's nothing.
Is there a relation between the Nyx and the king? Is it just a king and a Nyx, or is it?
No, the Nyx, the mermaids, Nyx live with the king in a castle.
But it's not like a daughter and a father. It's a
there's
no relationship really. It's just.
They don't
there's
ever
a castle.
say, no, they don't ever give a relationship, and they don't say it outright, but basically the king is just this evil man that keeps them in tow, I don't know, forces them to do what he wants.
But this is a very popular story. It's the
Yes.
people of Black Forest, people in Germany, Europe know about.
Yes, it's definitely very popular. As we'll go through the one story, I'll explain it more as we're going to that now, where they explain more and just how much it's seen there in Germany. Okay. So as I delve deeper into folklore, I realized that Lake Mummelsee is a very big tourist attraction where you can go and view a special statue of a mermaid. A few questions I had. What is a Mummelsee? So
No,
Mummelsee...
I'd really like to know as well, because it does kind of sound like it's a mummy. Egyptian versus the ocean versus a Mummelsee. It might be like a skin lesion or something eating your face.
Anyway, so Mummelsee is a deep lake in the Black Forest of Germany. The lake is named after the white water lilies named Mummel. This flower grows all over the area in Mummelsee. Also, just a random fact to throw out there. The German name for lake is sea, as in S-E-E.
Like ocean.
Yes,
But
but
not
it's lake.
S-E-E, but not
So
S-E-A.
saying sea in German means lake. So Mummelsee is actually Mummel Lake,
Okay,
which is interesting.
it makes sense.
Okay.
I did do a little bit of Googling now while you were talking about what is a Nyx. And it's a German mythology, a water spirit often depicted as half human, half fish creature, known for being mischievous and potentially dangerous to humans, sometimes luring them to drown. But like we said earlier, there's no... You didn't find anything about the Nyx being dangerous.
Yes, I didn't. I tried to find stories about it, but never. Not for Mummelsee, no.
And the origins of the word
So,
Nyx comes
there
from the
is-
old German Nyhus. Okay, let's go with Nyhus. But
So-
there we are.
I think there's different type of Nyx, because I did see a quick story about a Nyx that pulled kids down a well and so on, but it wasn't in Mummelsee. So I'm guessing it depends where your Nyx is, if they kill you or not. But nowhere in the Mummel Sea, in the dark forest, did I find a horror story.
So it's a happy mermaid in a very dark forest.
Well, it's never a happy mermaid because it always has a dark end, but not dark as in, but just dark as in the king is evil. So 1,036 meters about sea level, nestled in the midst of the dense black forest, is Mummel Sea, a body of water that is one of the only 7 Shirku lakes left from the last ice age. At 70 meters deep and 800 meters in circumference, it is also the largest and deepest of the sister lakes. So something that's interesting, and I tried to find more about, is it sounds to me like the lakes formed out of an ice age where the ice melted and so on. I couldn't find much about it. I just quickly saw about it, but it's quite interesting.
No, not a lake expert, but I'm guessing that means that it wasn't formed from the ocean or formed from rivers. It was formed like a pond.
Pretty much.
It
Was a bunch of ice that started melting from the ice age. I'd love to go look more into that, but I couldn't find much right away.
Your 70 meters isn't very deep, is it? How far do you dive? Normal divers.
No, I can't
I know
remember
you used to
that.
dive. You used to dive.
Yes, but I can't remember that. That was
I
long
think you
ago.
went
That was
down
before my
12
kids.
Yeah, I think that went down 12 meters.
No.
Yeah, 12. 12 seems fine. Yeah.
No, I don't think we dived that
I
much.
think the recreational diving was 12 meters. 12 to 30 meters. So 17 meters isn't very deep. It's not a very deep pond. Pond, sea, lake, thingy, whatever it is.
I can't remember. You're making up facts like normal. So, no, I can't remember.
Facts. I know stuff. My brain remembers.
Oh, really? Go Google it
I'm
and
like
tell
a
me.
cabinet. I'm going to Google.
What's-
Wait.
What's the basic diving? Anyway, Mummel Sea itself is home to several local legends beyond those of the mermaids, but the legend of the mermaid is one of the one that draws most visitors. If visitors go to the lake, a statue of a mermaid from this legend can be found, like I said earlier. So according to the legend that you can find at the Mummel Sea, there are water spirits that live in a magnificent crystal palace surrounded by beautiful gardens. Here's the part you wanted to know about. The white water lily and blood red coral grow in these gardens. The nix are beautiful, charming figures, slender and delicate with a rosy beauty. Every day when the water spirits rise to the surface of the dark water, it is accompanied by a sound of instruments while they dance a delightful dance. Or they would hurry to their neighbors' houses in the valley with their spindles. Sometimes they would even travel on land into the town of the valley to help the farmers or woodcutters. The nix would even look after the villagers' children as the women worked in the fields, so they were nice. There was nothing evil about them. They even helped the villagers with their work or
But it's very...
helped them to do their work.
Yeah, it's again very Disney and fairy tale vibe because it's the music playing and the roses and the
Yes,
flowers.
but this is actually, if you go to the Black Forest and you go to this lake, the story is actually there. So it's actually something that's believed. It's not... There's a plaque put up there with the story and everything. So it's an actual thing that they believe there. So when night falls, however, and the stars came out in the sky, the nix had to hurry back to the crystal palace at the bottom of the lake as per the king's orders. As legend has it, however, one of the beautiful mermaids fell in love with a young farmer's son of Sibach.
Obviously, someone fell in love with someone's son.
Always.
So I'm guessing somewhere now he is going to be either a baker because it's Jimmy there, like having bakers being in charge of everything.
Did you not
Or
listen
a
to what I
sheriff.
said? A farmer's son.
Okay, farmer's
So
son, but
obviously-
just somewhere there's going to be a baker.
No.
Because all of these German stories end up having
You
a
just
baker.
heard it last week and now you're baker.
It wasn't just
No.
last week, it's just...
It was just last
There's
week.
always a baker.
As darkness started to fall and the stars started rising above the tall trees in the forest, an arm rose from the lake. A giant fist clenched. Then a dripping head with a wreath of reeds, with a long beard, emerged from the lake. In a thunderous voice, the king of the mermaids echoed through the moustache as he roared. Back in your wave, you lilies naughties. I don't know if that's the direct translation because that just sounds Ridiculous.
I can imagine that sounds much more powerful.
Your
in
lily
German.
naughties. So, but I'm guessing if it's Thunder's voice, yes.
We're like a thunderstruck at the back and water splashing and
At once all the nymphs returned to their crystal palace, all except one. The Nyx, who had fallen in love, could not bring herself to leave her love in the village. She wanted to dance just one more dance with him. She thought that the night would fall earlier in the valley than up there in the forest. So she danced, and danced some more, completely unaware of the time speeding by. When the spirit suddenly heard the clock tower strike 10, she came to her senses. She pulled her love out of the dance hall, and fear gripped her as she panicked. Without saying a word, she hurried them up the forest. As they arrived at the lake, she looked at her love sadly and said, "We will never see each other again, for I must die. Wait for a while by the bank. If blood rises out of the depths, I have lost my life. If it does not, then I will be with you again soon." She struck the water 3 times with a willow rod she had picked. The water parted and a marble-white staircase leading down to the crystal palace appeared. She hurried down, the water closing behind her. Her love waited in the dark night. There was not even a ripple on the surface of the water. He kept waiting. Suddenly, a small dark cloud rose up from the depths of the lake. Tragically, it was the blood of the Nyx who had to die for her love. See, sad stories, sad endings, it's just that.
Yeah, it's interesting how much detail they have in it. It's like the whole staircase going down and hitting the water 3 times with a rod. Someone thought, like, they had sleepless nights about this and made up a lot of
No,
stories.
it's not said it's made up.
Well, not made up. It's just
The
it
villagers
feels like,
told the story because they lived it. It's
yeah, but it's
somebody's
amazing how
son.
much. Yeah, it's just the detail they put in it makes it actually a nice story to listen to. I wouldn't say it's a spooky or a scary story. Like
No, not at all.
usually, I like the spookiness and the scariness and try and figure it out. And obviously,
thought it
this
was
is
gonna
all
be
made
worse.
up. Yeah, obviously,
No.
this is all made up. There wasn't any.
No,
Yeah, sure, there was in Nyx. Yeah, a mermaid.
they are still Nyx. Go away. Nice Nyx, not just the mean ones that pull you down a well. It
Tom,
is said that the king of the Mummelsea gifted the statue of the mermaid to her so she could stay with the humans and promote goodwill. It is also said that she will listen to your wishes. She will fill you with a sense of calm. She calls for love between people and enables you to reflect on yourself. She fills those around her with confidence and compassion. In front of the mermaid statue at the lake, there is a little box for you to add some trinkets of wishes. The sign in front of the mermaid implores visitors to listen to what the mermaid has to say and let your worries disappear in the Mummelsea. Make a wish for something that is important to you. The mermaid is already smiling, so smile too and repeat quietly to yourself. Even though I have sorrow, I will love and accept myself as I am. So, yes, it's just a sad story, and then you find this, the king apparently built this statue for her so she can stay with the
So
villagers.
the king that killed the Nyx decided to build a statue for everybody to put trinkets and then just all be happy.
Yes.
It's like, okay, I killed someone, so be happy. It does feel like there's quite a bit of lost in translation.
No, I don't know if that's lost in translation. I think that was, he had to kill her because she wasn't there on time. I don't know why that's a thing, but she had to be there on time and she came too late.
I wouldn't say just lost in translation. Just, I think there's quite a bit more that we don't understand about, let's say, the Mummelsea area and the culture around there of how they understand it. And because I can see this going into a very happy story. It's like people going to go put wishes. It's like when people put locks on doors and stuff like that, on bridges. And there's a nice story behind it all, but everything is made up.
No, it's not made up. But if you go to the forest there, they actually have there's a whole pathway, there's a lot of stuff to see, and they have a book explaining all the folklore. But that's in German, so that might be a translation issue.
Even imagine the saying, even though I have sorrow, I will love and accept myself as I am. I think that might sound much more romantic or better in German.
Probably, but it's still a beautiful line.
Well, German is not exactly the most romantic language out there.
Yes, I don't know.
None of the European languages are really.
It's still a deep line to me, so I don't know. But anyway, there are some more legends around this lake that you can find as you travel around and view the area.
Not just a myth, but back to my little diving expedition, recreational diving, is generally accepted as a maximum depth of 40 meters. So that means you usually do between 12 and 30 meters for recreational diving. So I was quite close.
Yeah,
17 meters.
40 meters if you need extra.
Yeah, but that's like the normal, when you have your normal PADI diving certificate, your normal basic one, you can go a maximum of 40 meters.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So max 40 meters, but they were probably
will too deep. I can sweat 20.
Well, 20 meters. So
because
the lake is 70 meters deep. So
the
20
deeper
meters.
You go, you can literally go crazy. They have to add a different. I cannot remember what. It was like a gas or something they have to add, not just oxygen.
No.
So you don't go completely crazy as you go more down. So I know you can't go too deep because you literally lose your senses.
Yeah, well, it's basically just a very shallow lake. It's 17 meters. It isn't very deep.
But it created itself out of an ice age.
Have you seen pictures or something? Can you actually see like the bottom of the lake from the top?
No, you can't see.
Is it very murky water? Can you see a castle down there because all of this is real?
No, according to me it's murky water, and they talk about the dark water the whole time. So I'm guessing it's murky and deep.
I feel like there might be like a lot of seaweeds and stuff and things happening down there. Just when I hear the Black Forest, I know people have spoken about this amazing little forest with all these, what do you call, fireflies at night, and it's actually very beautiful, but it's still called the Black Forest.
That's my problem.
So I see this black lake.
Why is the Black Forest? That's why it's freaking me out. Why black?
I think it's back into the lost in translation.
I don't know, but that creeps me out, and there is more legend, so I want to dive into some more of it, but today is the Mummelsee. One of the other legends that I'm looking at now, that's not about the Nix necessarily, is there's this little man that has a rat fur coat on, a strange inhabitant of the Mummelsee.
What do you mean a rat fur coat?
He had a rat fur coat on.
So a normal man or small man, little like a dwarf?
It says little man, so I'm guessing it's a small little man with a rat fur coat. As in he took a rat, killed it and put it on. So
okay, so not a leprechaun.
I don't know, it says little man.
But I'm imagining this little hobbit leprechaun.
Well, imagine as you will. I'll show you pictures later.
One rat's coat.
There's a wooden
carving.
That's
really small.
There's a wooden carving of him, so I don't know if he used a few rats or if it was just one rat that he created a fur coat with. But anyway, little man with a rat fur coat.
Speaking of, we have to do the Tokoloshe at some point as one of these lures. Okay. I'm just saying.
He once led a midwife from the town of Kappelrodek with him to the lake. The town of Kappelrodek, sorry guys, butchering a name. What's new? Anyway, the Red Wine Village in the Black Forest.
Sounds like my place.
Of course. He approached a midwife and begged her to help his wife with the birth of their child. She agreed and followed the man to the lake. When they arrived, he picked up a birch rice rod and hit the water with it. The water parted and an alabaster spiral staircase appeared out of the water. Both of them climbed into the abyss and came to a magical room made entirely of gold. There was a 4-poster bed made of precious stone in the room. The midwife delivered a happy and healthy baby and was then led back up the staircase out of the lake. At the shores of the lake, the little man gave the midwife a bundle of straw as a reward. Relieved that she had weathered the adventure, she politely refused the gift. She said, "Spare me. I enjoyed doing it. I also do not lack straw at home." The little man talked to her for a long time, and finally she took the straw with her and went home. However, no sooner was she on her way home from the lake when she threw away the bundle of straw. When she got home, she noticed that a piece of straw stuck in her dress. But this was no ordinary straw. The straw had turned to gold. In her horror, she immediately regretted her action of throwing away the gift from the odd little man. So, next time, take your gifts home.
A lot of questions. Not just that, is why would the midwife follow a small person wearing a rat coat into the lake on a staircase?
So,
I would imagine if someone takes me to a lake and then hits the lake with a rod and a staircase would appear, I would probably not go into it.
So if you listen to the different stories and the fact that the villagers spend time with the Nix and so on, and he's from the Mammelsee, I'm guessing they knew about it. So either...
It's a bucket list item. Give birth to a Mammelsee.
So it's either the fact that they knew of them and they conversed with them, whatever, they lived with them every now and again, or it was just the fact that she had such a passion for her job as a midwife that she didn't care who or what it was. She'd always help to deliver a baby. So that's the two things I imagine is one of the answers.
And then she lost the straw. I'm guessing she went back for the straw.
I don't know. They don't say.
Probably not, because it's just straw.
It's basically just regret. So I'm guessing it's a good story to tell you of accept the gifts you get and be thankful. You never know.
Because there's
it might be more valuable than you think.
It does feel like there's two morals of that story. The one is accept the value of it, just accept the gift no matter what it is, and the other one is help someone basically. But I don't see how the two mix or clash at this point.
It's like I say, it's their legends. So when reading some of the travel blogs, because this is where I got most of the information, is travel blogs where they actually went to the Mammelsee. It tells of a hotel and wood carvings with stories of their own to add to the folklore. So as you go around there's a hotel, I think there's shops and so on. And you literally walk, and as you walk in the path, there's wood carvings with each of their own story. You can also buy a bottle of herbal liqueur called Mammelsee Geist, which has in the picture it has a king on it. I'm guessing it's a Mammelsee king.
With a trident and long hair and a crown.
Yes, exactly.
Like Little Mermaid's father, basically.
So,
oh, by the way, in this picture on the bottle you saw, does the king have a tail or legs? Is the king also a mermaid or merman?
I think he had legs. I'm not sure. I can't actually remember. I don't know if I have my sources open.
But then, no, that kind of gets me is, if the king is so involved with the Nix, that means the king is either Nix, but that back to the relationship. Is it a father-daughter situation, or does the king just...
They never say father or daughter.
Because then that means he would have a tail. But if he doesn't have a tail, that means it's something completely different again.
If they can come up in the water, then it means that No, he has legs here. But remember, if they can come out of the water, normally the tail turns into legs. That's normally how mermaids work if they come into land. Otherwise, what are they going to do? Flop around until they can help villagers? I don't think so.
Oh, we're mermaid experts now.
But yes, it's big king. I think he looks green in the in the picture. That I can see about it. But yes, he has a trident and everything. Very interesting.
Obviously, a trident.
Yes.
It has to be a trident.
Of course. Haven't you watched The Little Mermaid? So one thing they also mention is that in the winter, Lake Mammelsee is frozen over, and you can physically walk all the way to the mermaid statue. Now, all I want to do is add this to my bucket list of places I want to see.
But that's something, again, it's mind-baffling again, is we don't have that here where we live. We don't have
frozen lakes.
A lake that freezes over they can walk on. The closer we get to is if the dog's water bowl gets too cold in winter and kind of has a little layer of ice on it.
Okay, but the odd place in South Africa it actually snows, so I don't know if maybe one of the lakes or something there freezes
That's
over.
a different kind of cold. No, I don't think there's anywhere near us. Maybe closer to Central Africa, to
Quite
Kilimanjaro.
frankly, I've never seen snow. Peter Louis saw snow because he went overseas. I've never seen snow.
It's a lot like in the refrigerator. There's like ice.
Yes, but
It
it's not the
forms at the
same.
top of the.
But I can't build a snowman with that. So
We
until that
can,
happens.
it's just-
But anyway, I want to go in the winter with my little family of 4 and walk up to the statue, drink some Mummelsee liqueur, while my little ones enjoy some hot chocolate or something, and just take the beauty around it of this lake. Oh, and just as like an add-on, there's a tree called the Love Padlock Tree, where you can pledge your love for another by adding a padlock to the cable surrounding the tree. Being the hopeless romantic I am, if anyone feels like sponsoring my little family to go to this wonderful holiday, to take an in-depth look at Mummelsee and, I don't know, tell everybody about it, please feel free to contact me.
No, obviously. just putting it out there. Just putting it out there.
All jokes aside, I really want to go. So, what do you guys think? Does the evil king and the beautiful Nyx really live?
No, obviously not.
Just, I don't know why I do this podcast with you. Know any different tales about them that you want to share with us? Let us know.
If you enjoy diving down the rabbit hole into the world of the weird with us, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share your own thoughts. You can also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube for more content. Please also share our podcast with all your friends who enjoy folklore.
Until next time, stay curious and keep the legend alive. Bye.
Bye.